The Gotham polycule, a psychology of attachment. Not enemies, partners, each one meets a need he can't. Batman doesn't have enemies, he has a dysfunctional polycule. Identity dissociation. Bruce is the mask. Batman is the operating system. Every villain maps to an attachment pattern. This isn't crime, it's an emotional ecosystem. The Joker, trauma bond. What would I do without you is not a taunt, it's codependency. Selina Kyle, the avoidant mirror. They only feel safe when the other is just out of reach. Talia Al Ghul, enmeshment. The enemy who is also family. Boundary failure. Poison ivy, seduction and control. The organic force he can't systematize. Bane, the necessity of pain. Physically broken so he doesn't have to be emotionally broken. The Riddler, intellectual insecurity. He doesn't want to win. He wants to be acknowledged. Alfred, the primary enabler. Without him, the delusion collapses. The Lego anomaly, the only version that gets it right. The dysfunction is the function. The rogues gallery is his life support. The most psychologically accurate Batman film is made of Legos and marketed to children. Joker demands exclusivity. Batman refuses. There is no us. Textbook avoidant deflection. When someone asks for commitment, the avoidant minimizes. It's not that serious. You're reading too much into this. The central gag. Batman can't say basic relational words. He can't say he needs his family. Avoidant attachment is the suppression of emotional reality. This movie makes it a punchline, which reveals it better than any grimdark version ever could. The gut punch. Ripped, skilled, a vehicle for every occasion. Eats lobster alone watching romantic comedies. An impressive life to observe, empty to inhabit. The avoidant trap. You become excellent at everything except connection. Every capability is a defense mechanism. The abs you've never seen are the self you've never known. Serious Batman adaptations are invested in Batman being cool. Lego Batman points out he's kind of a mess. Avoidance's punchline reveals it more clearly than avoidance's virtue ever could. The resolution isn't defeating villains. It's admitting he has attachment needs. I was afraid of being part of a family again, because losing my family was the worst thing that ever happened to me. That's the diagnosis. The thesis is set. Now, let's meet the partners. He's been ripped, skilled, lonely since 1939. The Lego movie is the only one that calls it what it is. Avoidant attachment, named, in a kid's movie, in Lego. Catwoman doesn't want Batman. She wants Bruce. She's the only one who treats the billionaire as real. That's why she's the closest he gets to vulnerability. And that's why he can't let her in. The pattern is textbook. Pursuit when she's unavailable. Withdrawal when she gets close. Sabotage before permanence. The proposal. The wedding that doesn't happen. The future that collapses. Get close to someone and the nervous system reads it as threat. The impulse to flee is overwhelming. The rooftops are safe. Almost intimate in a way that requires nothing. They can kiss and disappear into the night. Intimacy with escape routes. The relationship equivalent of living in hotels. All the excitement, none of the commitment. Bruce chooses the mission because the mission is safer. It never asks to be let in. It never requires vulnerability. Crime is eternal. It will never abandon him. Selina is the one who could have saved him. Not saved Gotham. Saved Bruce. The avoidant doesn't reject love because they don't want it. They reject it because they want it too much. And that's the punishment. You get to see exactly what you could have had. While choosing not to have it, every rooftop, every almost, every time she turns around and he's already gone. The cruelest thing about avoidant attachment is the clarity. You know what you're doing. You do it anyway. Forever. Batman and Poison Ivy are the same person who made different choices. Both experienced a fundamental break with humanity. Both rebuilt around a mission larger than connection. He chose the crusade. She chose the green. Ivy's powers exploit attachment needs. The desire to be wanted, to please. They don't work on Batman. Not willpower. He's not home at the address she's trying to reach. She can control Superman because Superman is still emotionally human. He wants things. Batman can't be controlled that way. He doesn't let himself want things. His invulnerability isn't strength, it's damage. Their fights have no heat. Two sovereign systems passing in the night. Professional opponents going through the motions. Passion would require caring about the outcome. She's the path not taken. What Bruce would have become if he'd pointed his trauma outward. Same wound, different scar. Two people who gave up on people, only one of them pretends otherwise. What it means that Batman keeps creating situations where someone can break him. Masochism, not as kink, as psychological structure. Being broken is the only time he feels anything. In Nightfall, Bane doesn't just attack. He engineers a gauntlet, releases Arkham, forces Batman to run himself into the ground for weeks. Only then does he fight him. Only then does he break his back. The setup is a ritual. Batman must earn the permission to fall. Batman walked into the trap. Night after night, he answered the call, knowing where it led. Physical pain is a pressure valve. When emotional pain is suppressed so deep you can't find it, pain becomes the only proof you're real. The only access to intensity. Bane provides competent suffering, smart enough to make it meaningful, strong enough to make it overwhelming. Batman needs someone who can actually hurt him. Most opponents can't. Bane is the exception. The masochism is a feature, not a bug. It's how he manages the pressure of being invulnerable. He gets healed so he can be broken again. The breaking isn't the end. The breaking is the point. You can't stop a masochist from seeking pain. You can only understand why they need it. The body takes what the mind won't admit. Every bruise is a confession, and Bane is the only one who speaks the language. Talia is the only one who trapped him. She gave Bruce a son without his consent, created permanence where he'd only allowed temporary. That's not love, that's enmeshment. Enmeshment is the most dangerous thing for an avoidant. Everyone else can be managed. There's always an out. Talia offers a relationship that could actually work. And that's what makes her terrifying. A partner who understands the mission. A father figure who respects him. He wouldn't have to be alone. But the cost is autonomy, and Batman's entire psychology is built on never being subordinate. Damian is the trap, a child carrying both legacies in unresolved tension. Talia used his core wound against him. The father who wasn't there. She knew he couldn't say no to fatherhood. She engineered a situation where his only choice was the one she wanted. Enmeshment creates obligations that precede choice. You wake up tangled in ways you never agreed to. For someone whose psychology is built on control, that's violation at the deepest level. They might actually be compatible. Two people who subordinated themselves to missions. Two people who know what sacrifice means, but neither can let go. She can't betray the League. He can't quit the mission. The enmeshment persists. The resolution never comes. The most functional relationship he has, and it was built on violation. Edward Nygma doesn't want to beat Batman, he wants to watch Batman solve his puzzles. The riddles aren't obstacles, they're invitations. The clues aren't mistakes, they're foreplay. If he wanted to win, he wouldn't leave clues. The compulsion is the tell. Caught dozens of times with this exact pattern. Smart enough to see cause and effect. Can't stop. The need to be solved is stronger than the need to succeed. Crime is the excuse. The puzzle is the point. Epistemophilia, the erotic investment in knowledge. Every solved riddle is two minds making contact. Riddler's thought received, processed, understood. No one else is worthy. The riddles are love letters. Everyone says, I made this for you. Narcissism turned inside out. Not, I am the smartest. I am smart enough to recognize the smartest. At the moment of maximum power, his deepest drive is to create conditions for Batman's superiority. He wants the defeat to be public. He wants the world to see how good Batman is. Batman could probably find him without solving the riddles, but he always solves them. They're giving each other something. Riddler gets witnessed, Batman gets challenged. The tragedy, Batman doesn't care about him. For Riddler, this is the central relationship. For Batman, it's a nuisance. Unrequited intellectual love. He's Batman's groupie. And he's fine with that. Alfred could stop this at any time. He controls the infrastructure, maintains the cave, patches the wounds, launders the money, provides the alibis. Without him, the operation collapses. He's not a victim. He's the one who makes it sustainable. That's what an enabler is. Not someone who can't stop the dysfunction. Someone who won't. Alfred was there the night the Waynes died. His dedication can be read as love, also as guilt. Survivor's guilt creates its own pathology. Every night supporting Batman is a payment on a debt that can't be repaid. Codependence. One person's identity organized entirely around another's needs. Alfred has no independent existence. His whole life is Wayne Manor, Wayne concerns, Wayne missions. Real parents frustrate their children. They say no. They create friction. Alfred provides no resistance. He could refuse to treat the wounds, shut down the cave, force Bruce to face his trauma. That might be the most loving thing Alfred could do. He'll never do it. The enabler fears what happens if the enabled gets healthy. As long as he's indispensable, he's essential. Devotion and control wearing the same face. Alfred loves Bruce. Alfred has harmed Bruce for decades. Both are true. The person who loves him most is the person most responsible for keeping him sick. That's not villainy. That's tragedy. What would I do without you? Joker asking Batman to consider a future without him. Batman refusing to answer. This is the love story at the center of Gotham. The defining relationship of his life is with a man who murders people for fun. They complete each other, not in a healthy way. Without you, I don't know who I am. Batman is order. Joker is chaos. Each defines himself against the other. Neither makes sense alone. The Killing Joke ends with both of them laughing in the rain. For one moment, they drop the roles. Two men locked in a dance neither knows how to end. That's intimacy. That's recognition. Batman won't kill Joker. The stated reason is principle. The actual reason is need. The chase is the closest he gets to purpose. The no-kill rule is moral cover for codependency. Joker doesn't try to leave Gotham. Every scheme, every murder. It's all for Batman. All to get his attention. That's not a criminal mastermind. That's a lover who won't leave the city where his ex lives. Joker killed Robin, beat Jason Todd to death, and Batman still won't kill him. When Jason comes back and forces the choice, him or me, Batman doesn't kill. The love runs deeper. They've been doing this since 1940. The pattern never changes. Neither wins, neither loses. Two men in a relationship neither can name, neither can end, neither can survive without. The most beautiful trauma bond ever written. The dance is the relationship. Neither can imagine the music stopping forever. The common take. Batman is the real identity, Bruce is the mask. That's the surface. The real insight is diagnostic. Structural dissociation. A trauma response that became permanent architecture. A man who broke as a child and never put himself back together. Bruce the socialite doesn't carry the weight. The trauma belongs to Batman. Batman doesn't carry the tenderness. That belongs to Bruce. Neither is the real person. Both are real, underneath both masks. An 8-year-old who watched his parents die and never had the support to process it. The sophistication of Bruce Wayne and the tactical genius of Batman. Both built on frozen childhood trauma. If Bruce processed his trauma, really processed it, he'd stop being Batman. The mission is the dissociation. The mission is the problem, not the solution. The cape is the symptom, not the cure. Every night is another cycle of running from the grief. The running is very impressive. The running saves lives. The running is also why he'll never be okay. 10 relationships, 1 avoidant, 0 healthy attachment. This has been The Rogue Polycule. The graphic novel goes deeper than any video ever could.